1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. They'll run it now out of the gun. And right away, he lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
To put it mildly, that is not the way anyone wants to start off a game. You fumble on your first offensive snap. But now what you're worried about is, does that linger throughout the game for your guys on offense? And how's the defense going to handle it? Because no one expects to run out on the field on the first play and have to all of a sudden start to play themselves.
Here's Jones. Following the fumble recovery, he'll throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Hey, Haywood! Watch the twist!
Jones now to throw again. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one. Way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Let's go! Hey, wahoo! 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Here we go.
Now Jones. He's going to look deep down the field. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening...
Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. Not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
They'll run on first down. Taylor. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Hey, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Right there, 54. Go.
Throwing Jones. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander, and they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. On first down, Dobbins able to get away.
That's why you keep the legs churning.
He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40. On 2nd down now, Dobbins, and he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw. He sets to fire deep. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops. Bear in mind they had 2 interceptions last week, but that was in 4 quarters. They've got 2 here in the first quarter alone.
And the unsung people in this streak, the pass rushers, because most of the time, they're the ones that affect things in the pocket for a quarterback, trying to throw the football, rushing them, getting them off their spot, harassing them, and that allows the defensive backs, the linebackers, to swoop in and make the picks downfield.
And they're swooping.
I'd say it's pretty good strategy. If you throw interceptions on back-to-back drives, let's see if the running backs can handle the ball a little bit, get things going, and also you motivate your offensive line. I think they're in a mood to fire out and hit someone.
I thought the defense, though, might be a little more prepared for that run. Pretty good gain on the ground.
Yeah, let's get sack lunch.
Hey! Hey! High 7!
54!
General West!
54! Man, that's trash! That's trash! Sponge! 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 No! Hey!
Go! Get it!
On second down, it's Taylor. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Right there. 54, Mike. I'm coming.
61, matchbox lights.
Hey, turn it up. Watch the safety creep.
Rock it, hit it.
They'll run on first down. It's Taylor. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Five. X3, 218, chopper.
54. Watch the screen.
Ready.
2nd and 6. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A first down there on a pickup of 25. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now a give to Taylor. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Protein spill. Pilot, 64, weak. Deep rip.
Now Taylor. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
No game on this defense, no game. Tight dog. You go tight. You got tight right there.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Second and 10 at the 39-yard line.
No score after one on EA Sports.
No score.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10.
Hey, Charlie.
Right there, 54, right there, 54 Mike. I got you. Let's go.
Jones from the gun, he'll throw. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half, and you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest. We're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here, but he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
On play action, they'll throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Kill. Turn up. Hey, 1-3. Check 13. Check.
They'll set up to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. He'll drop to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. They give him a gain of 38. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35.
Watch take the three. Under 10.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. On second down now. Dobbins. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
He's coming. We got double. Tighten up. SOS.
On first down, Dobbins. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Switch the mic right here. You go right forward. Come on, come on. Shit! Watch the shit!
Second and 14. It's caught here by Adams.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5.
Rush in! Rush in! Rush in! Hey, 40's Mike. 40's Mike right there. 40's Mike. I'm going to come back to you.
Back to throw here. And Adams has it complete. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Davante Adams with touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. They'll run with Taylor. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Complete. Smith has it. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target.
Hey, Sam off.
Check 3, check 3. Watch twins. Watch twins.
5.
On second down, it's Taylor, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Don't be mad. Don't be mad. This is what I
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
On third down, Jones. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Rashawn Gary coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. And he'll give it here to his running back. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
It's a game of 3. And after first down.
Back to throw now on first down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up the screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late. And that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 56. Be afraid of me. You better.
On second down now. Dobbins, and he loses the football a second time. And the Vikings pick up the football. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, this is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, you know, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Hey, Echo. Ready?
Now Jones on first down. It's brought in by Harris. They find some open field here. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
Check your hot read. Check 9, check 9. Check 31, check 31.
Go, go.
They'll run on first down. Taylor. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. Another example of just a dominant performance by this defense.
Yeah, you hear all the time about teams that try to steal signals from the other side and try and learn their signs and their tendencies. It's almost like they get the answers to the exam the night before and were well prepared for this final.
I got you, son. I got you.
Go out.
Get this. You're all right. Hey,
Defense.
On second and 11 now. Jones eluding the pressure right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Rashawn Gary able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
We are seeing two really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
If there's any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here. After first and second down went backwards, it's third and very long.
Now.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike. Hey, I'm coming on.
Hey, Delta.
Mike,
from the gun, Jones. It's caught inside the 25. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 19.
Check, cross, X3, 218, chop it. Let's go.
On first down, it's Taylor, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down.
Ready, break.
Boys, 56, check 56. You ain't doing nothing.
Protein spill, bravo.
Check. Fresno. 56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. Let's go.
Move.
Our time. It's our time.
Now.
Throwing on second and 14. Jones. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a fourth pick. And it's third down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Ready.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Here's Jones, operating from the gun. And he's able to find Diggs. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Exit. Kill. Alert flare. Check. Back.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal.
56. 56. Watch the sled. Watch the sled. Deuce. Greystone, travel. Hey, Haywood.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Flush to his right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off.
Mike 5-4. Hey, wahoo! Pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field. Get it.
Jones now going to throw on 3rd and goal. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off inside the 5. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Their defense has pitched the shutout. Now they probably need to deliver a little breathing room, maybe make it a 2-score game as they've got it 1st and 10. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
117. Kill.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
But it's not been the best game for him, but he definitely tried to get by with a little help from his friend there, trying to create a big play.
Couldn't do it, fell incomplete. But you're right, hasn't been a banner game here in the second half, just trying to get going.
Big thing is trying to keep confidence up and continue to fire.
Switch.
Looking to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So they come out of the locker room trailing, but plays like that, they won't be trailing much longer. Defense really starting out well this second half.
Yeah, they knew they had to jumpstart things a little bit. They really struggled in the first half trying to slow them down, but now they had a plan, made that adjustment that we always talk about, and it worked very well on that play.
A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10.
On the ready.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Jones now. Perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. Flushed out right. That is incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Jones throwing again. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. 3rd down here.
Okay, partner, hyperbole alert, all right? I think that this has got to be the best game I've seen this secondary play this entire season. Doesn't matter whether they've been in man, zone, they've reacted, communicated, and really made plays on the football.
They absolutely have. And the play on that last deep ball, maybe the best example of it, they've been solid all game long. Now Jones to throw on 3rd down. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Check nickel.
They'll keep it on the ground. Dobbins. And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Now they're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
At the 22-yard line.
Go. Motion. Pop. 56. Mike's 56.
They'll look to throw here. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hughes. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And we've seen drive after drive come up empty for them. And they've yet to dent the scoreboard, yet still right in the middle of a one-score game.
So this is where you absolutely have to forget everything that's happened in your previous drives. They don't matter right now. You just mentioned it. One-score game. This drive here can erase all of what happened previously.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Hey, high 7.
Mike 5-4. I got it.
Hey, watch that.
Yes. 54. Here we go.
Buzz.
54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. I'm on. Let's go.
Throwing again. Jones. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball, but he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown, and frankly, that should have been another pick right there. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Ready to go.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Able to find Harris, complete. 75 yards receiving for him now. It's a first down. Even though this offense doesn't have a single point to its name, they're not totally out of this game yet. A touchdown here, they could be in business.
And how about that last play? Now they've got momentum going, so I'm a big advocate. Get back on the line of scrimmage. Throw another play at them while you've got them rocked on their heels.
Indy.
Watch the run.
Yep.
That's a baby shot.
Hey, exit.
Here's Jones throwing on first down. He gets it complete to Harris. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56. Time to go. Night. 56 to Mike. 56 is the Mike. Watch the pass. Mike 56. Mike 56. Watch the curl.
Hey, Foxtrot. Let go.
Jones now. From the gun, he'll throw. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
56. Mike.
To throw again. Jones. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40.
Well, enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Go.
Mike's 54. Here we go, D. Get off the field.
Go.
Motion.
61, matchbox lights.
54.
Hey, Alpha.
54, Mike. Not today, you are. Not today.
Get it.
Jones operating from the gun. Looking deep downfield. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
14 yards, good for a Packer first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he'll get this up to about the 40. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
They'll keep it on the ground. Dobbins. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It's a gain of 16 and a 1st down for the green and gold.
A gain of 16 yards. And that's their 1st down.
Yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Check 15. Check. Tight dog. Tight dog. Tight dog. Let's go.
They'll run on 1st down. Dobbins. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
2nd and 6 at the Vikings 40-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
57. Mike, 57.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He'll let this go for the end zone. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. The 1st down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Stay with your man. Check. 57.
He'll look to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Oh, they They flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And would you believe it? This is caught in the end zone. And the fake extra point works to extend their lead by 2. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one taken from the 7. He's going to be stopped here with a penalty marker on the field. I'm not sure what this is about. Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
And now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
56 to Mike, boys, 56. Check 56. Here we go, here we go.
Ready?
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Fighting Harris over the middle. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red